Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas and I have the distinct pleasure and honor of welcoming Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh to this weekly edition. Namaste, Dr. Sahab, welcome.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Dr. I want to begin with you. Since we are in January and India has observed Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, you are also a recipient of Pravasi Bharatiya Samman. Talk to me about as an NRI, how significant do you feel this Pravasi Bharatiya Divas plays its role?
I think this Pravasi Bharatiya Divas is it was started in 2003 by that time Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. Whole idea was to connect the Indian diaspora to India, motherland, and at that time even in early 2000. We had about 26 million Indians outside India, 26 million, and now I think it's about 33 or 35 million. So that shows that a large chunk of the Indians, those who are well educated, more successful in their personal, professional life, they all are outside India. So whole idea was to get those people interested in what's happening in the mother India. Also establish a dialogue between NRIs, non-resident Indians, those who are outside India, and Indian government and Indian people, and bring a lot of help from the outside, particularly in the healthcare, any calamity or investment. And so I think that was a prime focus on this, starting the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. And I myself was personally very lucky that I got Pravasi Bharatiya Samman in 2006 and it was bestowed on me that in 2006 the President Abdul Kalam he bestowed me that honor on me in Hyderabad in 2006.
So with that memory and the current recent Pravasi Bharatiya Divas at Indore, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and head of the state of the neighboring state also mentioned about how grateful they are to India in terms of looking at the whole world as a family and having helped them at vaccine. So talk to me about the festivities this year and Prime Minister addressed at Pravasi Bharatiya.
I think what Prime Minister says in nutshell that he always respect and has lot of he count on non-resident Indians from outside India, and he recognize and he appreciate that this all these NRIs or Pravasi Bharatiya are very helpful to Mother India, both in investment, to get the investment through the other large American corporation or English corporation or Australian corporation, and they are also investing in India themselves, and also the large association compromise of say Indian physicians like API or BAPIO in England, or our global organization which I'm a vice president, which is representing 36 countries all over the world outside India, and we are representing 1.6 million Indian doctors from India outside India. And the whole reason for creating this such a global platform, so we can do more substantial and tangible healthcare help to the India, as well as we can do a lot of philanthropic work in India, both in health and otherwise, and also we can world can be proud of us, because as you know, even in USA, every out of every 7 physician, the one is Indian origin. So that shows that how important we are, and all our important has to be should be translated into help to the Mother India.
So when you say it should be translated into for help to the Mother India, that help can take place in different ways, and I bring to your attention the presence of Commerce and Industry Minister here in America, and fortunately he was here also at our studio. He also complimented you for your contribution, and he mentioned that the way India has reached to becoming the 5th largest economy in the world, what do you think is right in terms of the steps taken by Modi government which has helped in India reaching here?
Well, Modi government has encouraged very higher educations, particularly in the IT industries, in the health industries, and also made government red tapes eliminated most of the red tape. So it will be very easy for outside corporation, whether it's owned by Indian or it's owned by American or British or Australian, to do the business in India very smoothly. And by doing this thing, he created kind of trust, and so the corporation who are investing from outside has a lot of trust in and security and self easiness to do the business in India. Because when you do business in another country, you can come across so many red tape and so many obstacle. He made everything so easy, and I think that contribution, and he appreciated, and he made also he gave a kind of 1 mile forward and bend backward in a sense to accommodate all the foreign countries investors as much as, legally speaking, as much as government can do.
So what government can do and the ease of doing business, they say that we have improved on that. At the same time, there are some references which keep coming again and again, especially from the opposition and some economists also, that is the decision related to demonetization, and more important, the way GST is implemented, while it is also one step forward towards improving the ease of doing business, because there is one tax policy, so that kind of reduces a lot of bureaucratic hurdles. But how do you see personally, in terms of your reading, the impact of GST on Indian economy?
I think GST is excellent ideas. I mean, GST is not new thing. I mean, if you go to European countries, they have what we call VAT tax. The VAT tax is a value added tax. So that is another name of the GST. And I think it's the best way to collect upfront for government upfront revenue from the people in order to help the people of putting the other big projects. If you collect the money at the time of the consumer transaction or purchase, I think that's the best way to collect the tax. So it makes government's life easy. Government gets money every month, and then that money is proportionately, what I understand, is distributed to the state where it came from, and so forth. So I think GST is an excellent idea. Only, I mean, some opposition economists, I think they are criticizing or commenting is that just like here, we don't have in New Jersey, there is no tax on food or clothes, because that's an essential commodity for a person to live. So I think Indian government also should consider that, and can compensate that deficit with the other corporate investors.
Absolutely.
So that is a better way of doing it, and so I think GST is no-brainer. It's an excellent way to collect revenue from the people for the betterment of the people.
And that has also helped government have better collection of revenue, which is implemented in the infrastructure development. But now I bring to your attention the comments made by Congress leader Rahul Gandhi yesterday also in Haryana on his way in the Bharat Jodo Yatra. He kind of brought this reference and he said it was badly implemented, GST, and then he said many things. I'll skip that, but he also connected, brought the reference of Mahabharata, and he says Pandavas didn't implement GST, Pandavas didn't go after demonetization. So that kind of connection with Puranic references to this context has also offended some people, but overall I think he is drawing a lot of people's interest and curiosity, and I know there are still few phases for this Bharat Jodo Yatra, but how do you see overall the impact that is likely to be end result of this yatra?
Well, end result is very hard to judge because jury is out for that, right? But only thing is everyone has a right to do the yatra.
Yes.
Right from Chandrasekhar, Prime Minister Chandrasekhar did it before he became Prime Minister. Advani ji did it before BJP came in the power. Jagan Reddy did it 5 years ago before he completely swept the Andhra and got rid of all the NTR government. So Yatra, and even BJP also doing places some kind of Yatra. I think they started doing in Karnataka. So Yatra is a kind of fundamental rights in the democracy. What Rahul Gandhi's Yatra, what obviously, I mean, I do not have much details about the whole Yatra as such, but I think what I see, what I read news and so forth, I think he did one thing good, that he kind of tried to connect with the people, irrespective of party politics. And I think he never said in his yatra about election or voting or anything like that. He never asked for that. And I think he just, whatever is good, he kind of highlighted real problem in the community, particularly the unemployment, poverty, and Kisan problem, and so forth. So, in one way, it's a good gesture, but other way we don't know how much it will convert it into the seats. So this does not guarantee him that he will be coming with the big bang and come into the power and all those things. That's too far.
Absolutely.
So I think this is one of the, I would say in simple sentence, is a democratic exercise everybody has right to.
Absolutely. So with that, we move towards the concluding part of our conversation, and I want to bring the reference of Pakistan, and very briefly your comments, the way Afghanistan has attacked Pakistan, Tehreek-e-Taliban is also proving to be nuisance for Pakistan, and America did offer that they'll intervene, etc. But looks like it is going to destabilize that region. How do you see India, whether there'll be some impact from this disturbance in Afghanistan?
I think it is a concern for India, because India is always with the Afghanistan, used to be, right, before Taliban came. And India has spent a lot of resources, including the money, infrastructure, everything in Afghanistan. So India's interest is to stay Afghanistan is a stable country, to have buffer between Iranian Shia Muslims and in India. So India has concern, and obviously USA also has concern. But USA was there for 20 years. They were also bogged down in the whole thing, so they got out of it. I mean, they cut their losses and say, okay, let's leave it to their fate. And I think if it is unstable Afghanistan because of Taliban, it is bad news for us, for India, because that will unstabilize the Pakistan too. And right now, and right now Pakistan economy is so bad, it is going towards like a Sri Lanka economy. And if it is so, then I think there's always a kind of spilled over effect on India's stability, economy and everything. But because we have a strong government in Delhi, I'm sure they know how to handle it, and they will handle it. That's my prayer to the God and my wish.
Absolutely. And with that confident approach to this issue, now your concluding remarks for our viewers.
Well, dear friends, we started this new year 2023. Let's forget about all the nightmares and bad dreams about COVID side effect, COVID deaths, economic slump and everything. Let's start. It's a new year with the new beginning. So I wish you again Happy New Year to each and everyone who are listening to ITV Gold. And God, I pray God that God bless America, God bless India, God bless Indian American, and we'll see you next time. Till then, goodbye.